Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to my YouTube channel or my podcast. I'm your host and guide, Will Caminada, and I'm here to help you awaken, heal, and expand your consciousness. In today's episode, I'm going to introduce or maybe reintroduce to you the Pleiadians. I'll talk about the different terms that we can use to refer to these beings, where they come from, what their mission is, and how they're helping Earth to heal and ascend, and also how we can connect with them. Just a quick request before I get into today's topic. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're notified of my next upload. If you're listening to this on Spotify, please subscribe to my podcast. And if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, or even if you have Apple Podcasts, I would really appreciate it if you could take a moment of your time and leave a review on my podcast, because when you do this, you help me reach out to more beautiful souls and help fellow humans to expand their consciousness. All right, so you might have heard me or someone else talk about the Pleiadians, and you might have wondered, who are they or what are they? Let me preface this by saying that if you're already familiar with star beings and star seeds, this episode may sound a little basic to you. You're obviously more than welcome to keep watching or listening, but this is mostly for those who have heard of the Pleiadians but don't know who they are or know very little, or for those who have no idea who they are but they're curious. Some of you might be thinking they're ETs, they're aliens, I don't believe in ETs, or this is too woo-woo for me, I'm not into that. And I hear you, but stay with me. Let me break this down to you in a very simple and more structured way. Let's start from the basics. We are beings who live in a third dimensional world. We are known as human beings and we have a physical form. But we also have a non-physical form, meaning we are beings of light. Obviously, we are dense beings because we live in 3D, where matter is denser and the gravity from 1D is also stronger. But we are not alone in this universe. We are constantly interacting with beings from other dimensions, whether they would be the micro beings such as bacteria and viruses that originate from the second dimension, or the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Sirians, and even angels who come from the higher dimensions. So when it comes to the terminology of it, we can use different names. One of them being extra dimensional beings, which means any being that is not from 3D. If we're just referring to those beings of lights from the higher dimensions, we can use the terms higher dimensional beings, extraterrestrial beings or ETs, or aliens. I personally don't love to use the terms ETs or aliens because of how Hollywood and the media have depicted them. They're more than just gray little beings with big eyes. I personally usually refer to them as higher dimensional beings. So this is what I'm going to stick to in this video. And because they come from the stars, we can also use star beings, star friends, star family, star seeders, star ancestors. You have many options to choose from, so choose the one that resonates with you. Where do the Pleiadians come from? According to the material of The Alchemy of 9 Dimensions of Consciousness by Barbara Hand Clow, who channeled all this information from the Pleiadians themselves, they are the gatekeepers of the 5th dimension, which is the realm of love and oneness. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they are from the 5th dimension, more so that they are of a 5th dimensional frequency, which is one of love and divine creativity. The Pleiadians are from a small cluster of 7 stars located in the constellation of Taurus of the Bull, known as Pleiades. It's amongst the nearest star clusters to Earth, and it is the cluster most obvious to the naked eye in the night sky, although only 6 of the stars can be seen with naked eye. The name of the Pleiades come from ancient Greek, and in Greek it means doves. They were later mythologized as the 7 divine sisters, and the name Pleiadians was derived from that of their mother Pleione, effectively meaning daughters of Pleione. The 9 brightest stars of the Pleiades are named for the 7 sisters of Greek mythology: Sterope, Merope, Electra, Maia, Taygeta, Selene, and Alcyone, along with their parents Atlas and Pleione. Forgive me if I mispronounced any of these Greek names. If you'd like to learn more about the Greek mythology of the 7 sisters, let me know in the comments below and I will create an episode just on that. The Pleiades are a prominent sight during winter in the northern hemisphere and have been known to ancient cultures all around the world, including the Celts, Maori, the Aboriginal Australians, the Persians, the Arabs, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Maya, the Aztec, and the Cherokee. This leads me to believe that in the past, these ancient civilizations were very much in contact with the Pleiadians, certainly being guided by them and potentially having direct interaction and communication with them. What do you think? What do they look like? I'm not going to go into too much detail as to what they look like because first, that's up for debate, and second, I've never actually seen them, not with my physical eyes nor with my inner vision, mostly because I'm more of a clairaudient, meaning I communicate telepathically with my guides. I also believe that we humans are curious about the physical aspects of these higher dimensional beings because we are very much attached to our physical bodies and our physical senses. But for me personally, the energy, the emotion, and the messages that they bring to us are the most important. Having said that, the Pleiadians are humanoid beings, meaning they have similar traits to humans, and that is because they are hybrid beings. It is believed that the Pleiadians have seeded and mixed with the human species, along with some other star races such as the Arcturians, the Orions, and the Sirians. The Pleiadians are descendants of the Lyran group, and when it comes to what man, as in the Homo sapiens, physically looks like, the Lyrans are the main influence, especially for the Caucasian race. So it is believed that the Pleiadians are mainly Caucasian, with a lot of variety, much like us here on Earth. They can range from 5 feet to 7 feet, that is about 1.5 to 2 meters. Their eyes are bigger than human eyes, and the tone of the color of their eyes is different too. They are commonly known as the Nordic aliens because they have very Scandinavian looks. A number of authors have also mentioned a Pleiadian race that looks like the Latin American Indians, such as the Mayans and the Incas. And that may explain why these cultures were very much guided and connected with the Pleiadians. What is their mission? The Pleiadians are of Lyran descent because they were actually refugees from a galactic war in the Lyran star system. They found and built their new home in the Pleiades star system. They started populating a few planets in that star system, the most known one being the planet Era or Erra, which actually sounds like Terra or Terra, the Latin names for Earth. Exoscientists claim that the Pleiadians are very similar in many ways to humans on Earth, only that they are emotionally and spiritually more evolved than Earth humans are at this time. These beings have also gone through their share of traumas and pain, much like humans are right now on Earth. But now, they are a highly evolved humanoid race and the next step in our evolution. So in other words, we could believe that they are a future version of ourselves. So essentially their main mission is to help us in our spiritual journey to enlightenment by reminding us of love and oneness. We are now shifting into a 5D planet, meaning we are expanding from our 3D limited level of consciousness of ego and separation into a level of consciousness of love and unity. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, the Pleiadians are the keepers of the 5D. So that's why they are helping us in this ascension. And that's why I believe they are becoming more and more popular these days. Some of the most known channelers who channel the Pleiadians are Barbara Marciniak, Barbara Hanclau, Brasha Goldsmith, and Wendy Kennedy. You can look up their work on YouTube and Amazon. I talk a lot more about this shift into 5D in my online program 5x5D, which you can access now by going to www.willcaminada.com/5D, and I'll leave the links in the description as usual. How can we connect with the Pleiadians? It's important to say that even though they are helping us and assisting us in this ascension, they're not our saviors. In fact, none of these higher dimensional beings are. They're not going to land in their spaceships and save the day. And this is actually a message that they always bring. We have to embrace our inner power, our multidimensionality, and be sovereign in who we are. They always remind us of the immense power that we have within. What happens is that we've forgotten that we have this power, and we keep giving our power away to the media, to the politicians, the doctrines, what they refer to as the global elite. So in order for us to really heal and ascend, we need to claim our power back and let our hearts lead the way. They're big on the heart, of course. That's the chakra of love and oneness, and actually the heart chakra is the one connected to 5D. So the way we can connect with them is by healing and opening our hearts. The main thing the Pleiadians want us to learn is to love ourselves. That's it. You see, you don't need to channel to connect with them. You just need to practice loving yourself and to continue to heal the unprocessed grief, the unresolved traumas, so that you can find more joy in your human experience and consequently contribute to the healing of the collective. As soon as you make the commitment to connect with your heart, they are right there ready to assist you in this journey. So right now, you can connect with them by placing your hands on your heart. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and simply say, I open my heart to your loving guidance. I open my heart to your loving guidance. Make this heart practice consistent by having a regular spiritual practice through meditation, breathwork, sound healing, journaling, and whatever resonates with you. Here in my channel and my podcast, you are able to find a few episodes and meditations focused on the heart. I suggest that you watch or listen to episode 36, What Blocks the Heart, and meditate to the Heart's Guidance Meditation. Again, I will leave the links in the description or some cards up here. Let me know in the comments, how are you going to connect with the Pleiadians? And what other higher dimensional beings would you like to learn more about? In the next episode, I will share a little bit more of my personal experience with the Pleiadians and some of the most important messages that they want us to know. Please share this episode with that one friend who's always curious about extraterrestrial beings. Again, I appreciate you subscribing to my YouTube channel or my podcast, and you can follow me on Instagram at GuyWill, where I share a lot of content on a daily basis. I am also on the app Insight Timer. You can find me under my name, Will Caminada. Thank you so much for your presence. As always, keep shining your light, keep your heart open, and let love lead the way. I love you. See you in the next episode.